Byte of truth. Anonymity amplified. Should influence come with ID?
Picture this. You're scrolling through your feed, and there's a video of your president breakdancing. Flawlessly, too flawlessly. Why is he also quoting Shakespeare? And why does he sound like Morgan Freeman? Now, that's not your president. That's a deepfake. Welcome back to Byte of Truth. I'm your host, Sébastien Deschamps, software engineer, techno-sociologist, and occasional overthinker of internet chaos. Today, we're cracking open the Pandora's box of online identity, AI fakery, and a bold proposal to restore sanity, tiered anonymity.
What we're talking about and why it matters.
Let's face it, the internet was once the domain of cat videos and honest blog rants. Now it's an arena where anyone, and I mean anyone, can mass-produce persuasive lies with a few prompts and a free AI tool. The question is no longer, can you be anonymous online? It's, should everyone be equally anonymous when their content reaches millions? A new paper from the University of Cambridge proposes something radical but elegant, a three-tier anonymity model. One that calibrates how much ID you need to show based on how influential your voice becomes. And let me tell you, it might just be the most balanced idea to hit online speech regulation in years.
The problem with viral fakery.
So what's the problem we're solving? Well, deepfakes and AI-generated misinformation have exploded. We're talking cloned voices, synthetic videos, and articles written by bots that are so convincing they're getting upvotes on Reddit like Nobel Prize speeches. Platforms still treat a random user with 10 followers and a political influencer with 10 million exactly the same. But should they? The paper argues that in today's algorithm-fueled world, blanket anonymity isn't just naive, it's dangerous. When one tweet can influence elections or incite violence, accountability can't be optional.
Enter tiered anonymity, the 3 layers.
So how does this model work? Think of it like traffic lights for social media. Tier 1, everyday users' personal diaries, hobby posts, full pseudonymity. No ID required. No extra friction. Just play nice, folks. Tier 2, you've got some reach. Maybe you run a niche news account or you're an up-and-coming influencer. At this level, platforms would verify your legal ID behind the scenes. Not public but stored securely. Tier 3, you're big time, think celebrities, political influencers, or media brands. At this level, your posts go through ML-assisted fact-checking before they go viral. There's a watermark trail, a correction log. Basically, you're treated like a publisher. Why is this brilliant? Because it doesn't kill anonymity. It just scales accountability with influence. Kind of like how politicians have to disclose more than your neighbor ranting at a barbecue.
Reddit as a case study in organic tiering.
And it turns out, this isn't some fantasy dreamed up in an ivory tower. Reddit's volunteer moderators already use a version of this, naturally. As subreddits grow, they start adding karma gates, identity checks, post-approval queues. It's like digital Darwinism. With scale comes scrutiny. Even niche communities have built-in logic that says, hey, if you're going to speak to thousands, we want to know who you are at least a little. That's social self-regulation. And now, it's time to formalize it at scale across all platforms.
Legal infrastructure and why this isn't dystopian.
Now you might be thinking, whoa, Sébastien, this sounds like a surveillance state with extra steps. Fair, but here's the kicker. The EU's Digital Services Act and the UK's Online Safety Act already set the groundwork. They say big platforms must take extra steps for big users. This proposal just links influence to identity obligations with strong privacy protections. The goal isn't to punish expression. It's to make sure the most amplified voices aren't also the most unaccountable. And in the US, First Amendment, Section 230, the paper suggests a workaround. Platforms keep their legal protections if they adopt influence-based obligations. No forced ID for everyone, just optional transparency with perks or friction. Clever, right? Here's the bite of truth. Anonymity is a right, but amplification is a responsibility. The future of online speech isn't a battle between free expression and censorship. It's about calibration, making sure whispering and shouting don't get the same legal pass. So, what do you think? Should virality come with ID checks, or is the slippery slope too steep? Let me know your thoughts, pseudonymously or not, in comments. And if you liked this episode, share it with someone who still thinks the internet is just cat memes and old-school forums. And don't forget to subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and follow Byte of Truth on all the platforms, while they're still pseudonymous. Until next time, I'm Sébastien Deschamps, reminding you that not everything viral is worth catching. Stay curious, question the code, and don't forget, every byte tells a story.